survivability is skewing my data. I have disabled it for now. Open. Go now.
Hello there and welcome. So this time Mesa. And Mesa now she can use Arcanes on her 4. Which is great, the Peacemaker. Then she got quite a buff because of that. And you also have a new Warframe Arcane called Arcane Hotshot, which is also a nice addition to Mesa. So I think it's time to make an updated build. I have 2 builds to show you. The difference is the config on the Warframe and then the secondary we use. I also want to mention real quick that we do, I mean on my channel I care a lot about weapon synergies and maximization and doing high level content and getting most out of Warframe abilities, and I know a lot of YouTubers on this platform have a problem spending 15 minutes talking and then they show 5 seconds of a build and it's really frustrating. So yeah, I just want to get it out of the way, and you can go in the description and find the builds. But now I'm just going to show what's going on and how it works. So we have Archon shots for critical chance when you kill enemies affected by heat status effect, so that's 300% critical chance. Then we have 1 for corrosive, so you can almost fully armor strip, but it's not needed. You can do 5 orange if you want. But this is kind of nice, and it has a nice synergy with the secondary I'm going to use. For the build, you want decent strength and efficiency and duration, and then it's really cheap to be in the 4th ability. Arcane Vitality makes heat statuses apply twice, so that's basically double damage over time. Mesa's Walls makes you able to move when you're using Peacemaker, the 4th ability. Pistol damage is just a little bit of flat damage. We don't really build flat damage, so it's a nice bonus. And it does work on the 4 ability. Arcane Hotshot is really nice. When you inflict heat, you get critical chance. It needs to be heat inflicted by abilities. However, let me just do something real quick. No companion. So you go in like this, shoot, and you don't get the buff. It doesn't work. It counts the pistols as a normal set of weapons, not ability, which is kind of weird. However, you can trigger that with companion ability, which I'm gonna show in a bit. More augment for more strength, and yeah, flow for energy sustain. Archon Stretch will also get triggered by the companion, so you get a bit of energy sustain there. For the primary, you can use any primary. I just picked this one for the AEO and just clear up low level trash, and it was nice to if you want to kill a lot of enemies with the primary, which was a thing on the ceramic dagger. But just use any primary. This is the setup I use, and if you don't have this Riven, then you can do Viral Acceleration. For the secondary, I use an Impact, Zenith Cyclone, but you will do Heat and do Corrosive and Heat, which will be really good. This one is Impact, unfortunately. You see it's also really cramped. I don't have space for Prime Pistol Gambit, and I don't have space for Molten. So what is it? Prime heated shards for heat. It's really cramped because we also need hemorrhage because of the impact, so we can get slash. It's really sad. If you had a heat cyclone, then you can assign hemorrhage, and then you can build what is it called? Then you can have primed heated shards instead. And if you don't, you see this Riven also gives me Toxin, so if you don't have a Riven, you need to use Toxin mod, but this Riven is great. You get Toxin, multi-shot, and critical chance. So yeah, and this is pure damage, by the way, so that's really important. You can't really resign anything, and you want the Amalgam version for dodge speed, because when you're in Mesa's vaults with the augment, then you can only walk, but you can also roll, and the dodge speed is really great for that. So yeah, then we have the Stropha. If you don't have any melee equipped, you get 50 more health, total health, and you get a bit of reload speed on your secondary. However, it's so negligible. You know what I mean? That's so stupid. I couldn't say it before either. Sometimes I can say it. I don't know. I think it's better to just have a melee, even if it's just a stat stick like the Poetas, which is also great for Mesa's walls. But I think Gunblade is nice for the passion frame because Mesa like guns, and it's stupid to resign it fully. Then we have Sanuric for the for energy sustain, and you can use Mode Spring. And then we have the regular Lotus Prime. And this is the build. Basically, you want heat and corrosive. Corrosive is just very strong element, and heat is good against non-armored enemies. For the Arcane, Cascadia Flare is really good. You get 480%, but that's a flat damage increase. It's additive. Oh my god. Oh my god, my English. That's funny. Well, anyways, I didn't even notice this. But yeah, it's additive, which is kind of sad. Encore gives you status effect, and you have decent status, you see 24%. And with Galvanized Shot, you get 120% direct damage, which is like true damage, like the Bane mod, right? Per status, and you get quite a bit. I mean, the Hound we're gonna use the companion will also prime quite a bit. However, I think this is nice for like strong targets because you're gonna hit them with a lot of status, and then they're gonna take a lot of damage because of this. But Cascadia Flare is definitely worth it too. You can't use Deadhead because the fall ability triggers that it shoots their body. That's also why we don't use Arcane Precision on the Warframe. I also used to use Arcane Velocity, but Hotshot is just so much more fun and it's better. So yeah. You can also use Outburst, which is really great. However, you were probably thinking, what if you use this on the secondary, right? No, that doesn't work anymore, and it used to. I did test this, which is weird because it says that you get secondary weapon critical chance and critical damage, but it's only on the secondary weapon and not the pistols. But what's really confusing is that the pistols do get the buff from this that gives pistol damage, but if you have Outburst on this, it won't work. I don't know if that's a bug. If it's a bug, and they make it do work, then you swap this for a build with Outburst, secondary Outburst, and then you use the Ceramic Dagger and Cannon with the combo, with the initial combo, and you build combo on it. And then this, for every main kill, for every kill with a primary, you get one combo up to 100 combo count. So then I use this to build combo, but it's really weird. Anyways, the most optimal build for a Stropha, I don't know if I showed that before. No, I think I skipped the Stropha. So that's kind of scuffed. Sorry about that. This is the most optimal Stropha build, except Killing Blows should be replaced with a Smite mod, but I hate the Smite mods. They're so anti-consumer. You can also do this if you want to spam and the final blood spam and then use heavy attack on Tenukai, and this is Blood Rush I'm missing. I need more forma. And I just did show the regulators. It is, however, one thing I want to mention about this. Hawkeye is kind of nice, but you don't need it. You can just use any. I mean, it's whatever. There's not really much good options for that. Anyways. So when you shoot these enemies, right now it says I have 299% topaz, but it's wrong. Let me just kill one. So then we get 6%. But if you're playing against low level enemies, you're not gonna get it because they die one shot. And in that case, then it's very hard to stack the topaz shot. And then the Hound will actually fix that for you. And the nice thing about the Hound is that it does trigger the hot shot, which is actually busted. So this is the Hound build, and you need the synergized Preposterous and Manifold Bond. That's very important. Then the Certain is really good. It has impact and slash. Impact is great for the Shadowing Impact. And slash is the best damage type in the game in my opinion, and you can get a lot of status for priming. Oh my god, hotfix right now. Sorry, I need to read this. Okay, so it's no any fix. No fix. If they change the outburst, I need to pay attention, but yeah, anyways. So, the dog, and this is so stupid, right? Look at that. 33 stacks, just like that. 50. Just like that. Instant. Basically instant. Look, it keeps refreshing to instant. Instant hot shot, okay? So that's, you'll have instant 300% critical chance, okay? I think, once you have the Topaz Arcane shot built up, right? And you have hot shot going at rank 5, I think you're gonna be able to red crit Mesa, which is gonna be awesome. Another nice thing about the dog is that they are afflicted by heat, so you get the Topaz shot every time, even if you're killing low level trash. So now it's almost all orange. We can get a little further though. A little more. Now we have max stack. Oh my god, more reading. But yeah, now you see it's almost all orange. It's so great. And the damage is insane. I mean, that's stupid. Also, you noticed we have reinforced bond, and this dog, it needs to be the correct dog. I should have said that before, but you need the atlet core and the sealer bracket, I think it is. So you get most shield, and then you get enough shield for reinforced bond, and then you can use redirect calculated redirection, right? Then you get 60% fire rate. That's also why we don't use fire rate on this. Wait, I'm stupid. Oh, behold my beauty. Wait, that's actually insane. Wait, be right back. Oh my god, I'm such a genius. I remember this now. Holy fuck. Because the Ceramic Dagger before for the Outburst, right? But now with no Outburst. Oh my god, but Gunblade is so much fun. But yeah, the Amalgam Furax has this that gives you fire rate and secondary weapons. And even though the Outburst didn't work on Arcane, this shoot and this will make us shoot even faster. Wow, that's so good. Why did I not think about that? Yeah, that's stupid. Just free fire rate. So like, why would you not use melee on Mesa? That's stupid not to do now. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Look at that, that's insane. And imagine with the hotshot, if you can get all red numbers, oh my god. And then on the subsume we have Eclipse, you can either get damage reduction, 75%, which makes you really hard to kill. Let me disable the dog, because the dog trolls me when I need to show this. Because the dog is too much crowd control. So with the damage reduction from 3 you get 95% and shots get reflected. And then 1 you get 75%. And it's stacked multiplicatively, so you have like 98% damage reduction. Look at my health. So little. You can also use Arcane Aegis. And then you're basically unkillable with shield. When shields are up. Let me show that. I guess so you guys learn. They're shooting me, There we go. So rude shooting me in that. We need to have shield, Yeah. Wait, look my shield, look. Funny, right? Then you're basically unkillable. Let's swap Eclipse to the damage version. You see now I'm glowing instead. Even then we're still unkillable. Basically, I mean you're not gonna stand still like this, right? And these units have a lot of damage. But yeah, you can also do like this when you're close to dying and then you're unkillable, right? Eclipse is really great. You can also use Roar or Satyr's Whisper, but I do think Eclipse is amazing for survivability. And you're probably wondering why the B-Leap? Do you not use the Aegis then? And the reason I don't do that is because the problem with Aegis, right? Then you can have more augmented, so you lose damage potential. And I want the damage, but you could do that. Arcane Velocity is also insane. You're gonna shoot really fast and it's gonna trigger all the time. So Arcane Velocity, right? The fire rate is insane. Like, look at that, it's stupidity. But a more augment gives you more damage on Eclipse and 2. So I think that's better. But yeah, Aegis is really nice if you just want to never die. I'll definitely recommend Augment, Aegis or Velocity in this slot. Hotshot is just not too good to not use, but I know it's really new, and if you don't have it or don't want to buy them, they're like 100 plat right now per unit. Oh my god. That's also why I have it ranked 0. I don't want to invest 2,400 plat. But if you don't have Hotshot, then you can just do Velocity or Aegis, and you can have both. So that's great if you don't have it. Yeah, so now I'm gonna put the dog back on. We are done with the part he control, she control, or it control. So yeah, the second ability, damage bonus, and another reason for more augment. It's really nice. It's 49% damage bonus, so it gets to like 60% when more augment stacks, and it will also swap between teammates 1 by 1, and it jams the enemy's guns, which is great. This we just went over, but I like that it has nice duration. Also, you see the radius is really important. That's also another reason why I think Archon Stretch is worth it, even though we don't really need range for the other abilities. And then we have the Peacemaker, and you see the filter for you also matters on the range, so yeah. So that's great. I mean, this is so much fun. The primary, you see the jamming all the weapons, it's so good. But the primary is also really good. You need to stack it if you want to use the 10 limber, you see. See so much slash damage. The secondary, if you want to use the Cyclone, and I should probably go get a heat one. And there's also new infested weapons. I should get that before, but yeah. So you can do a lot of status in different types, and now we're gonna stack Galvanized. So let's swap target. You see, it's a good weapon. It's nice, and with the Sinister Reach thingy, you also have a lot of range. Okay. Like so. See? It's insane. I think it's just a funny weapon. And the dog really helps the weapon too. And the melee, we're not gonna use it. It's just for the fire rate, but it's, I mean, it's not too bad. You can beat them up with this, and influence is great. It's not even the worst weapon in the game. I mean, you can do damage, right? But it's more just for the stat stick aspect. That was disappointing. I wanted to like beat him up with my fists. Anyways, onto the second build of the video. The one-shot build. This one you want to use for disruption or other high level enemies, like single target damage. Again, Arcane Hotshot, but this time Arcane Precision. Also, the efficiency is really bad with this build. So you can't just use this instead. You also can lose out on Eclipse because you need Power Strike to armor strip. Muzzle Flash is not that needed, but this ballistic bullseye is very important. Final critical chance bonus. So we need to stack as much. I think this is multiplicatively, so you need to stack as much critical chance as possible. So what we do is the Magnus. Boom. Then the one-shot build with Cascadia Accuracy, one roll, 300% critical chance and weak points. This critical chance and weak point damage, and this even more headset critical chance. And then we have a Riven with critical chance and critical damage. You also see we don't use the multi-shot and the galvanized amplitude or galvanized shot, because it doesn't work on this with this setup. Oh my god, I need to restart my game at my earliest convenience. So what you do, right? That's so annoying. You press 1, then ballistic battery. You see this, then you need to charge it, and if you shoot the enemies, you get a little bit like 4% with this. With the Crescendo envoy, you see I just got 100%. Let's just discharge. Use the button again and then shoot. Oh my god, the dog. The activate again. You see you can also just fall, and it's already charged really fast. So now the ability is charged, right? And it's ready to go. Then you need to use 2. That needs to be active. It should be active at all times. So you get headshot to trigger Arcane precision. You see, 300%. Then you need to roll, and then Fire Strike, the subsume. You can also do opposite order. Let me just do opposite. You armor strip, and then you roll, and then you press 1, and then you headshot. And you see big number makes monkey brain heavy. I do think something messed up there. Let's just charge again. Let's reset. Was it deadly maneuvers? No. No, I forgot to roll. Oh my god, we can get way more damage. Look. Roll, Fire Strike. Yep. And then I forgot to press 1. No. There we go. Ain't that great? So yeah, charge. Fire Strike. 2 active. Roll. Is headshot? Is headshot still going? Oh, that's so annoying. It's fun. It's so much fun. I need to focus. Wait. Did I forget something? Oh, I need to press 1. However, one thing is, if you're doing disruption, right, the demolishers can remove your 1 ability, which is kind of annoying. Okay, it's really annoying. Makes it really annoying to use. So it requires some practice, right? It also requires you to be able to aim and hit the head. You need to hit the headshot, which is really annoying. So it takes a lot of skill, I think. And they're running at you and they disable your ability and you panic. But if you can get it down and you get into the Riven. I forgot to charge 1, you see, I didn't use it much, I'm still sleeping. Headshot, roll, Fire Strike, use 1 again and shoot. See, 568. Yeah, but it's great. You just need to get the hang of it, which clearly I don't. One last time, yeah. Get a nice little thumbnail. If I didn't already get that, I probably did though. Roll, Fire Strike, and we did the headshot and yippee. One thing though, you can just roll and headshot them. You don't even need, and you will have 2 shots by the way. You don't even really need to do the 1. Look now, this is without rolling. It's way worse. But even like this, it's really good. But you won't have 2 shots, so you need to roll a lot. Roll, and then you have 2 shots. This one still has armor. See, we're still doing plenty of damage. Let me show you one with full armor. Activate 2. They have full armor now. Headshot. You see? And then you can always armor strip them with 3 if you want a bit more damage if they have armor, right? 21 million. 21 million. 21 million. 16 million. 2 million. But I mean, you can use this build, but it's just it harms your fall, and because the duration and the efficiency is so bad. And I think this is the build you're gonna use for the everyday mission type, and this is what you use for disruption and other one-shot enemies like single target. Also, precision doesn't work on fall. You can still use it if you headshot and then go into the fall, but it's really annoying. Then you have to go in and out all the time. And the nice thing about Mesa's walls is then you can just move around like this and shoot, right? And you see, without Mesa's walls, you're basically stuck. Oops. Like this. And we don't even and we can't even do the diffusion mod, the Amalgam diffusion on this, because then we have because this multi-shot doesn't work on the ability, right? On the first ability, so it's one or the other, so you're gonna have to pick. You can also make 2 loadouts. You know, go in loadout and make new loadout. I have 1 slot because new update. It is a bit annoying. Oh, that's such a bug. It's such a bug. Get it? You get it? There's a bug on the screen. Anyways, that's it for the build guide. I hope you guys like this. Now I'm gonna show you the fashion frame. So we have Mesa Prime helmet with the Presidio skin, Mesa Noble animation set, attachment, Syrinx blade legs, and Lotus Ephemera with Robbie main color. No Shandana and no sigils. Then for the coloring, you have this black from PEW, which is also the same black from Smoke. And then we have this gray from Tenno 2. Then we have this white-ish from Tenno. And then we have this yellow gold color from Tenno. You can also use Shamrock. You can also use Storm, which is great and not that expensive. Or if you have the Prime liquids, you can use one of these, right? Also great gold coloring. Then we have this blue emissive from 1002, and secondary color this blue emissive, and then initial color we have this blue again, and the same blue again from before. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks you guys so much for watching. Peace.